been since we talked last?
A few ups and downs. Pretty much, I felt like after we talked, I felt kind of more confused or like on what I was really supposed to do, but then I was just kind of like, okay, I'll just try eating to hunger, and if I have like any like urges to like overeat or like go exercise, like I'll try to like, you know, like sit with the feeling and like face it, or just do that. And so I feel like I did that a couple times. Like I remember like sitting in class, like I was like trying to imagine myself like as like 200 pounds, and I was like putting myself into different situations.
Yeah.
And sometimes like that would like make me feel like really, really good after I did it. Like I don't know how to describe it. I get like this like tingly feeling. I feel like really like pretty much just like light and like good.
Yeah, and free and maybe more loving to yourself, you know, where you're like, it should feel like free. Like I can just be, like a sense of just being. Would you say that's a word that describes it, where it's just like I can just allow it to be what it is and nothing has changed. Who I am is the same. But this viewpoint of it is freeing for you. It's very freeing. Yeah. Almost like, wouldn't you agree, being I'm assuming part of you felt as if you were witnessing and you were what's the word, invisible? Did you feel that way at all?
I don't know.
Like invisibly witnessing it all.
I'm not sure if I would describe it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and so overall?
Like, I feel like I realized a lot more that, like even just watching your videos in the past had, like, helped me, like, a lot get out of just, like, the terrible place I was in before. And so, like, the place I am right now is, like, less severe.
After, so, like, after talking or after?
Just, like, after, like, just, like, finding out who you were and, like, watching my videos and stuff. And because when I was talking to you, like, I had heard a lot of the, like, things you were telling me, like, before in other videos. And I was like, oh. I just never really, like, applied them.
Yeah, or really felt it in reality. You know, you might have thought, oh, that's a concept. I hear that. But, oh, this is what she means within it. Like, that application is within it versus a concept of it in the mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. So where's the struggle?
Well, basically, I think it was Friday night. I was good. Sometimes when I was going on social media and, like, I don't even notice it, but, like, sometimes I'll, like, be, like, looking at, like my Explorer Instagram page is just, like, full of girls and, like, Instagram models and all things like that. Yeah. And I didn't even, like, realize I was, like, going through it. It's just kind of, like, a habit of mine. And all of a sudden, like, my mind kind of just, like, changed. And I got, like, kind of, like, scared. Like, I wanted to, like, back out. And, like, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm not as bad as I used to be. It's not like I want to be, like, underweight. Like, and I was just, like, convincing myself in my head, like, oh, do I really need to do this? I don't know. And then, of course, I binged.
Right? See? Yeah. Good. Okay. So I love that you're watching as this happens. It's like, oh, are you seeing it more clearly from inside of it? Like that pressure to be this character, the characters that you're seeing on Instagram. These people are posing and positioning and look at me and it's all about the way I look. And it's like a fantasy or an illusion, right? It's like they're promoting this concept of visual happiness. visual superiority, visual power, right? And if you want that, what happens to how you feel about the body you're in?
It's not good enough anymore.
No, it's not good enough anymore. And it feels, too, the feeling is that you feel loss of whatever they have. You feel a sense of lacking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. The body I have isn't that. Therefore, I don't, I'm at a loss of what I want, right? So I want you to go back into that space where you're looking through Instagram. In fact, do you have the can you do it right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it together.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, if you can go under your search engine, go into Google or go into a search engine. I want you to look up fitness. Just fitness. Okay. And I want you to go into the photos of the search. Pictures.
Yeah.
Notice the positions, the pictures, the body parts. What are all of those pictures selling?
I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming there's a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, what do you think they are selling? I want you to tell me what it is that these pictures are promoting. Besides the specific body, notice the similarities in all the bodies.
They're all like flexing. They're pretty much all at the gym.
Right, and tell me what, in fact, I'm going to go in here. Let me see if I can, are you on Google?
Yeah.
I'm going to get on Google. So I know I can see the same pictures. Did you just do fitness?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and images. Okay. Let's see here. A lot of them are the men. Let's go to women. I want you to add women. Okay. There we go. Oh my God. Some of this is just ridiculous. You know, the sexualized images are just so bad. And then why don't we put Ad Magazine?
Okay.
I don't know if those are the images you're looking at, but this one is so predictable to me. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? So you're Googling fitness, women, magazine.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see all these images?
I do.
What do you think they're selling here?
A diet.
Well, they're glamorizing, don't you think? They're really glamorizing. Would you agree it's primarily the abdomen?
Mm-hmm.
Notice how they all have long hair. For the most part, they all have long hair. They're all extremely tan.
Mm-hmm.
They're also accentuating the arms. So this is a great viewpoint to see the brainwashing involved. That this is what you have to look like. This is what you have to look like. This is what your stomach has to look like. This is what your arms have to look like. This is just the fitness concept. Can you see how this is an absolute concept of body image? And they're definitely creating the image that you should have in your mind. So when you look at these pictures, they're presenting to you the image you're supposed to be this. This. Let's see the ultimate body. Tight abs. Total body makeover. Your best year ever. I don't know if you see any of these. Reach your goal. So do you see how they're like saying, this is your goal and this is what's going to create the best year ever. This is what's going to make slim sexy now. So they're also saying you should do this now. Do you see the images and the Do you
Mhm.
okay. So when you go to Instagram, what would you say the images that really pulls you in?
I don't know, like,
Is it Thin Inspiration?
like, mostly it's just like, I mean, the girls are pretty much like around like my age, or like maybe a little older.
Okay, so I want you to put in Google Thinspo.
Okay.
And then tell me if this is the image that really gets you. Where it's like, oh, they're so popular. They're so cool.
I mean, I used to think that like that kind of like almost emaciated body looking type thing was like attractive, but I don't think that is anymore. More is just like, you know, like everybody likes like a slim waist, a big butt, you know, like.
Okay, so let's do like Kardashians. So would you look?
Kind of like that, but less extreme.
Well, yeah, right. Well, let's look up Kardashian. Okay. So we're just Googling Kardashian and images, right?
Mm-hmm.
So something I want you to look at is how they put a magnifying glass over their lips, over their eyelashes, and their hair. If you look at, can you see how they've projected a magnifying glass onto their lips?
Yes.
Okay, that's body image right there.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? What is the image? What is this supposed to be? What do you think they're selling?
I don't know.
Well, I want you to well, I know you feel that way off the top of your head, but if you think a little bit, you'll have an answer. Just give it a thought.
People should look like that?
Well, yeah, it's all just, don't you agree? Those are all parameters of, and they're very consistent. You'll notice the consistency in their whole entire family's look. It's very, not because they're genetically that way, but because they're consistent in the big lips, the big eyelashes, the very consistency in the radical hair, and big butts, big boobs. Big butt, big boobs, small waist. It's all very consistent.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that this is the look you're looking for, but in your current age group?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have to look like this, I want you to think about that. If you have to look like those pictures, what has to happen? Do you see how if you have that in your mind, that's what you need to look like? And you're probably looking at pictures of people who are emulating that or trying to copy it.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at yourself then. You're looking at your lips, your eyelashes, your makeup, your boobs, your waist, your butt, and you're trying and you're comparing yourself to it. And then if you promote in your mind those ideas or parameters as superior, they symbolize you are popular, you are superior, right? Because you could say when you see those images, they're just images. There's meaning you've attached to those images.
Yeah.
What's the meaning?
People will like me.
People will like you. Do you want people to like you because you just look that way? If you look that way, do they actually really like you?
No, they don't.
What do they like?
They just like the way I look.
They like that image. They just like the image you're trying to create. So they don't really even like you. They like the image. And they don't even like it's the image that's not even real. It's a fake. I'm trying to change everything to promote that image. Right? Because they like, and it's not even the image they like the idea of being superior. So it's the attachment to the image of it's superiority attached to that image that they like. Are you following me?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so it's not even the image they like. It's the superiority that they like. So they just associate or have attached, this is superior. I like superior. Or it's I like specialness. I'm special. I'm unique. Is it really unique?
No.
Right? So this is how social belief systems that are out there, if you are wanting to, to be seen as special or unique, or so there's certain belief systems that are selling that. You would be special. You will be stand out from the crowd, right? So can you see why they try to create, let's just say, those projected lips that are not normal? They're not normal. So it's unique. They're separating themselves from normal people or normal bodies. They're trying to create an abnormal body that is not normal, right? And so what that's doing is saying, look at me. Everybody look at me. Look at me. Look. Look at me. I'm trying to get your attention, right? So we're going to accentuate the abnormality of a body and then promote it as something that we should all be aspiring to. So is it really the lips that you want? Is it really the big butt that you want? Is that really what you want? Or is it the message of specialness, uniqueness, betterness, superiority, right?
Because I didn't even used to think that kind of body was attractive until everyone else thought it was.
Well, so what you're seeking is everybody else's approval. And the approval that you want comes from that, following the special program, right? You have to be set apart from others. You have to be different from others. You cannot just look normal. You can't just look blend in. You have to really go above and beyond normalcy and get your lips injected. You need to get your nose redone. You have to wear a wig. Make sure that you have fake eyelashes at all times.
Yeah, I wear fake eyelashes.
At all times, right? So do you see how that is promoting this idea that you're not good enough unless you are abnormally different? This is very similar to foot binding. Do you know what foot binding is?
No.
So in China, for over 1,000 years, they did something similar. But their belief system or parameter around the specialness of a woman was how the smallest feet you can get. So what they did is they took wraps and they bound the child's foot from a very small age. The target goal was to be between 3 and 4 inches in length. And that was promoted as superior, again, abnormal, different. And the association to that is that you have work ethic, you want it, you're driven, you're focused. So there's all these symbols attached to it that promotes you as a human being, an easy way for someone to look at your feet and go, oh, she's special. And attaching these positive things to it. Like she's driven, she knows what she wants, she's willing to go through pain. So do you see how the similarities of just a new way to control and manipulate your sense of value as a human being? And this was passed down for over 1,000 years. So generation after generation after generation after generation promoted this idea that the smallness of your feet is what's going to get you married, right? And it was like a value in marriage. Your daughter, if her feet are between 3 and 4 inches, she is going to get married. She is attractive. If your feet were around 5 inches, people felt bad for you. You were stigmatized. You're lazy. You don't want it enough. Keeping in mind that these girls were essentially made disabled. in their superiority. So, right? I am so special. I'm so much better than you. Look at my feet. I am. So it's similar in that psychology. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So they would want to promote their feet. Look how small my feet are. So it's like putting a magnifying glass on the smallness of their feet. So it's like, I am how small my feet are. I am that amazing, right? So they identify who they are by the way the smallness of their feet is promoted as superior. So you can imagine when a girl had her feet bound to 3 inches, how self-righteous she might have felt. And then she probably felt sorry for people who had bigger feet. Okay. I'm talking over 1,000 years. So this whole thin supremacy and this whole concept of body image has been around for millennia. Okay, so this isn't brand new. We just have a new one that is like body binding. Like you have to bind your waist. And I know that, you know, the Kardashians use those waist cinchers. That was around the turn of the century, right? With the, what's it called? The Victorian era. They did waist cinches. So your value is the tininess of the waist, the bigness of the bust, and the bigness of your waist. So this isn't brand new, right? But the concept is you inherently suck. So let's promote something physically that will promote you as a woman to be marriageable, beneficial. It doesn't come from within you. It comes from how you manipulate the body. So who cares if you have mental illness and that you are paralyzed? You know, psychologically, that you have all the physical problems that occur from cinching your waist, and, you know, your eyelashes are basically never going to grow back in as thick as they've ever been because you're using false eyelashes. Never mind that. Never mind that you have to tan and put all this stuff on your body, and the amount of time and the fact that your whole entire concept of self is being neglected so that you can promote this alternative self that's been handed to you by the Kardashians. You see it?
I do see it.
Okay. So when it is ridiculous, but it's not ridiculous to someone who doesn't feel good about themselves as an internal person. It's understandable. If you don't feel that you're a valuable person, or you yourself do not value normalcy, whatever that is, just be yourself. If you don't value that in yourself, you're not going to value that in others. Right?
Right.
And so you're more likely to then value what is promoted by the majority of people around you. So as people are promoting this concept of magnified lips, magnified eyelashes, magnified long ass hair or hair, whatever, magnified tan skin, magnified big butts, magnified fake boobs, right? Everybody's magnifying those. And you don't follow that. If you believe in this shit, you're going to actually feel inferior inside. Like, there's something wrong with me. Is there really something wrong with you?
No.
Where is the wrongness?
In what they're promoting.
Yeah, because it's not even real, right? It's fake. There's nothing real about it. It's a mirage. It's an illusion, right? That's all based on manipulating the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, because I can manipulate the outside, I am superior. I have something of value. And I want you to all be like me. So it's a form of being able to control others too, and to control how feeling better about yourself. And that's always what you'll find. We're promoting self-esteem. Is that really self-esteem? Let's talk about what self-esteem is. What is self-esteem?
How you feel about yourself?
Yeah, esteem within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is promoting, overlined, projected, injected lips and fake eyelashes and fake hair and big butts and small waists. Is promoting that ideology, even the fitness ideology that we were looking at. Is that really self-esteem building?
No.
What is it building?
I don't know how to answer that.
Superficial esteem?
Yeah.
So esteem in the superficial, like I'm confident in the fact that I am complying. Compliance esteem? Is it really self-esteem?
No.
This is where it can get confusing for people because they say, I want to look that way. So it's not even about other people liking me. I actually like that look and I want to look that way.
Yeah.
To feel good about me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they really feeling good about me?
Now that I think about it, no.
They're feeling good about the parameters.
Yeah.
So the parameters of what they've attached to like your eyelashes. You don't feel good about you. You feel good that you're complying to the thick, big eyelashes right now. So the eyelashes hold your confidence. You don't. You have no confidence. The eyelashes hold confidence because you're fitting into this concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the concept holds confidence, and you have to comply to feel good about yourself. So it's not, again, you're not feeling good about yourself to feel good about your blending into that. Can you see how that would make you sensitive? Like when you go on Instagram, can you see how if you're doing that, why you would all of a sudden go back into that body image desire and wantingness? Because essentially what you're seeing is these people are included. They're better than me. They're better. Are they really better? Or are they just complying to the brainwashing? Do they really have a sense of self? Or are they developing a sense of compliance?
Probably a sense of compliance.
Yeah. Do you know what compliance is?
Like, you just go along with it.
You're following rules. You're feeling better about your ability to follow rules. And they're not rules that you made up, right?
I guess I also have a problem, like, not just with, like people, like, working hard to get their body, but just, like, them, like, they naturally just have that body type, and it's obvious they don't, like, have anything, like, they don't have eating disorder, they don't ever, like, they don't have any, like, thing going on, they're just naturally like that, and I feel, like, almost, like, annoyed that I, like, developed an eating disorder, because I know, like, I was, like, I guess I missed, like, how my body was before, and I know that, like, I gained weight because of my eating disorder, and so...
Yeah, so you're still promoting the thin supremacy in those thoughts, and that's why it makes you feel shitty, because you're like, I would be thin. No, I'm not, you know. So do you see how you're still like, it's still like saying, I would have a big butt if I didn't stop working out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still promoting the idea of what you think makes a human person. You really think that's what makes someone valuable. Even if you could have that thin body, do you really want that to be how you define yourself?
No.
That wasn't honest. Your answer was like, no. So what will happen? Let's just go there. Let's just imagine you don't have an eating disorder and you're that thin and you're getting off on it like you want.
Yeah.
What's going to happen eventually? What happens with that person who really promotes them? I'm so amazing. I'm thinner. Poor you people. You're better.
Yeah, because that's kind of how I developed the eating disorder. Was like,
oh, yeah, right? You promoted yourself as a superior person. You might want to question how that's impacted you. How's that narcissism working for you?
Not great.
Yeah. So do you see so that same narcissism and self-righteousness is why you envy someone like that. You're envying the narcissism. They're special, I'm not. Okay? So even if you could have that thinness, would you do that again? Would you really promote who you are as a better human or a safer human? Would you use that as the main point to connect with people or just yourself?
No.
Right? Doesn't that just sound like, okay, you want to have an eating disorder, don't you? You love what this has done for you. Right? You really like this? Is it really superior? How's it working for you?
No, it's not fun.
So do you really, really want to be identified? In your mind, the identity you have for who you are, do you really want it to be about the body and how people see it? Do you really want the body to be the front and center? And it's really not the body. It's the compliance to what is seen as ideal. Because it changes, right? You're witnessing how it's changing. It's thin and fit to voluptuous and sexy. How's that? Do you really want that to be the front and center of how you value yourself?
No.
And it's really about other people. Do you want other people to hold in their opinion about what looks good and what doesn't? Do you want other people's opinion about, let's just use the Kardashians. Do you want the Kardashians to be in control of how you feel about yourself?
No.
Because that's what you're saying. Basically, you're saying, well, I want what they're doing. And I want what everybody else who's following that dogma, I want them to like me. So I've got to look exactly like they do to feel good about me. That's who I am. Do you really, really want to continue to use body image, which isn't even your body image? It's an image given to you by the media, by these controllers, right? Do you want them in control of your identity as a woman?
No.
So how are you going to change that?
Stop following their guidelines to what a good body is, or like what it's going to bring you. Like, stop believing in that.
How do you do that? How do you stop?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's why I asked the question. Well, what you have to do is you have to open your mind to what is actually truthful about the body you're in. You're aware of the truth of what you're being told what to do. You know that truth, don't you? You have a very, it's like burned into your brain what truth you should look like right now.
Yeah.
So you know that. Mm-hmm. Do you really know what the truth of your body is?
No.
This is no different than me saying to someone in China who's bound their feet, do you even know what the real size of your foot was supposed to be? Oh, no, I can't know.